Happy New Year, and welcome back to a new season on NC Sports Weekly News, where the water sports action just won't quit. Plenty happening over the holiday break. World-class Olympic and pre-Olympic athletes met in Palamos, Spain for the guys' Christmas race. From Australia, senior correspondent Sébastien Destremaux reports on the prestigious Sydney-Hobart Yacht Race, won by Super Maxi Wild Oats 11. More Christmas racing in paradise as the Kiteboarding Tour Asia kicked off in Phuket, Thailand. On board Maserati in the South Atlantic as Italian superstar skipper Giovanni Soldini and his international crew take on the prestigious Cape to Rio. But a massive storm turns adventure into drama as Yacht Belle dismasts, killing a crew member and injuring several more. NC Sports plunged into the action. Top Olympic and pre-Olympic sailors spent their winter break up in Spain for the Gaius Christmas Race Classic, now in its 38th edition. Double Olympic medalist Vasilij Zvolgar of Slovenia won the medal race in the fin class and took the overall event honors in a close battle with Estonian sailor Denis Karpak, finishing in second place, and with the 2012 race winner Spanish sailor Alex Muscat in third. While Ukrainian 470 team Anna Kiselova and Anastasia Krasko also took top event honors in the youth division. Under a warm sun and with an excellent southwesterly Garbi wind averaging 15 to 20 knots, Palamos offered top racing conditions. Belarusian sailor Tatiana Drozdovskaya won comfortably the medal race in the laser radial and the overall guys' Christmas race, followed by Poland's Agata Barwinska and Spain's Monica Son. In men's laser, Spain's Monka Niejas defeated compatriot Hector Dominguez by a single point, and Jerry Bajko of Poland completed the podium. Onan Barreiros and Juan Curvelo claimed final victory in the men's 470s here at the guys' Christmas race by defeating junior world champions Jordi Chamar and Johan Herp, while current world silver medalists Pierre Leboucher and Nicolas Lebert grabbed the third place. Denmark captures both first and third place in the exciting new 49er FX for the ladies, with Senholt Anders and Hansen Steen. Second place honors went to Team Germany, skippered by Philippe Müller. French sailors Julien Dortoli and Noé Delpech are the winners of the 2013 guys' Christmas race in the men's 49er class, thanks to an excellent medal race performance. Beijing Olympic champions Lehtinen and Bask of Finland closed in second place, and Denmark's Warrer and Orster completed the podium respectively in second and third places. Great Britain delivered in the 420 youth class with Max Clapp and Joseph Burns, sending back Spanish sailors Paula Barceló and Margarita Alba, and Polish sailors Ewa Romaniuk and Karzina Goraska.
Welcome to the office and the beginning of a very exciting new year. On top of being now broadcast in 5 languages, the Sailing Updates will very soon be opening an online boutique and making some major announcements. But first, back to the news with another outstanding Boxing Day start of the 69th Rolex Sydney-Hobart Yacht Race.
Broadcast live on national television, watched by thousands of spectators on shore, and a massive fleet of pleasure boat placed behind the exclusion zone, the annual race to Hobart is one of the biggest sporting events in Australia. With 15 to 18 knots of wind, sunshine and blue skies, the conditions for the starter to send a fleet of 94 boats are ideal. The pressure for line owners is building amongst the Supermaxis.
I think they're all big. I think it's Sydney-Hobart, it's iconic, and there's one thing's for sure is that there's no certainty right until the very end.
The biggest boat on the forwardmost line set their giant Code Zero head sails and are quickly off on the starboard reach. 100-footers, Wild Oat 11s and Perpetual Loyal are drag racing and battling hard for the top position at the first rounding mark in front. Just behind is Beaugest, Ragamuffin and Wild Thing, along with the Volvo 70s Blackjack and Giacomo. The two leaders are neck and neck, and an impeccable maneuver later, the grey Supermaxi ran the first mark in the lead. Beaugest has the pedal down and manages to round just behind Wild Oat 11. The 628 nautical mile race to Hobart is on in glorious conditions for the first couple of days. The forecast is for light before a gale force wind fills in with waves up to 10 meters.
Tonight should be quiet and the next day quieter, and then I believe we're going to get a real pasting in Bass Strait. Fresh to frightening, gale force winds. That's a Rolex Sydney to Hobart. That's just the way it is.
On the second day of racing, the battle is raging between the Supermaxis until the sleek machine skipped by Mark Richards pushes ahead in the lighter conditions.
It's an unbelievably tough race, that one, mentally and physically, and the first half of the race is very light air and really tricky sailing, and which is always really demanding mentally.
Thousands of spectators line the shore and docks of Constitution Dock and neighbouring piers on a beautiful summer evening to cheer this year's winner.
The 100-foot Supermaxi Wild Oat 11 makes her mark, taking the line owner's win on December 28 for the 7th time in Hobart.
The Rachel Pugh designed boat, built in 2005, shows itself to still be very competitive for this year's race up against the toughest fleet ever assembled. Australian winemaker Bob Oatley, the very proud owner of Wild Oats, is already thinking about victory number 8.
We're going to do more now, I hope.
On day 5 by mid-morning, the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia confirms that the 50-footer Victoire is the official overall winner of the 69th edition of the Rolex Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race.
Darren Hodgkinson, a plastic surgeon from Sydney, bought the Coxswain 50 as a birthday present to himself.
I said to my wife, I'm going to buy a boat that I think can win Hobart. But I said to Catherine, it's a 2-year project, so it's happened in 1 year, so I think she's glad it's happened in 1 year, not the 2 years.
The remaining boats racing have a slight respite from prevailing weather conditions as the southwesterly moderates to 20 to 25 knots. Despite the testing conditions in Bass Strait, only 10 boats retired.
Rendezvous next week, same time, same place. Until then, goodbye, fair sailing, and a very happy new year to everyone. Cheers! Cheers!
World-class athletes found some tough competition in Friendship Beach for the Kite Tour Asia Course Racing Season Opener in Phuket, Thailand. What a place to spend Christmas vacation, and local star Narapichit Yo Pudla and Germany's Katrin Borgwart came out with a bang to retain their respective KTA titles, offering top performances here in Chawang Bay. Pudla was truly on fire, winning all the 14 races in the men's event and leaving little room for Austria's Adrian Geislinger and fellow Thai Chanon Prakrut. Lisa Nikitna of the Ukraine was the big revelation in the twin-tip class, running separate alternate races from the raceboard class. A relative novice to racing, the 23-year-old scored 4 bullets on the last day of competition, defeating the experienced Borgwart. Rounding her feet, Lisa even crossed the line in first place in one race and beat all the men in the fleet thanks to a wind drop that favored her lighter weight. The Phuket event, organized by the KTA, was the first twin-tip race competition since it achieved class recognition by the International Sailing Federation (ISAF), giving competitors the opportunity to score International Kiteboarding Association (IKA) world ranking points. Duque de los Santos, the reigning KTA twin-tip champion from the Philippines, also had plenty to rejoice as he walked off with a win for the first round of the season in Phuket. Also closing the 2013 season, 50 young sailors from 15 countries celebrated their winter holidays in Doha for the Qatar Optimist Cup. In a 5-day event including both national and individual regattas with mixed wind conditions, Turkey came out on top thanks to a strong overall performance. Whether in the light air of the early bouts or in the sustained 12-15 knot breeze of the last day of racing, Rasim Yassar left little or no room for the competition, building a huge overall margin. While Marsha Sharin from Singapore took second and Florine Bramerweyer from Holland clinched her third place. Young sailors from Algeria, India, and Switzerland also placed among the top 10, underscoring the relentless development of youth sailing and the Optimist class worldwide, especially among the emerging nations. Excellent boat handling, superb tactics, and serious drive. Make no mistake, the champions of tomorrow are here today, and the competition was fierce all the way down to the last regatta here in Doha. In a spectacular match with key splits, Turkey's Yassar took his winning option on the right side of the course, yet found a dangerous customer in Naveen Prabhkar. India is now also leaving its mark in youth sailing.
The first race, the start was okay and I went right. So when I went right, when I tagged, I got everyone. Till the third mark, I was first in the second beat. I was going on the right and the other people went on the left. There was a big, small gust over there. So the Turkish guy got the pressure and overtook me, but still I finished second.
As this edition of NC Sports goes to air, Italian pro sailor Giovanni Soldini and the Maserati team are currently leading the Class 1 division in real time in yet another offshore classic, the Cape Town to Rio. Born 43 years ago and sailed by icons the likes of Robin Knox-Johnston and Eric Tabarly, this famous regatta unfolds on the 3,300 nautical mile stretch connecting South Africa and South America on the easterly route. Organized by the Royal Cape Yacht Club since 1971, this Cape to Rio yacht race started off on January 4 and now sees more than 35 yachts on the water battling for positions in this ORC rating event. But the adventure has unfortunately turned into drama as a massive storm with up to 60 knots of wind dismasted the Angolan yacht Bila this Monday. Preliminary reports indicate that at least one crew member lost his life and that several others were injured. Yacht Genevieve 2 was redirected to the latest position and search and rescue teams were activated by the distress signal. More reports on the dynamics of the accident in the next editions. With the fleet now negotiating the weather options in the South Atlantic, the Australian crew of the 53-foot Scarlet Racer, skippered by Robert Date, is leading on corrected time. Soldini's Azzurri on their modified and much larger VOR 70 are forced to win by a considerable margin to clinch the overall leadership. Designed for speed and a winner of the New York-San Francisco Gold Route in early 2013, Maserati is now aiming at the regatta record of 12 days, 16 hours, and 49 minutes, set by the 74-foot American Maxi Zephyrus 4 in the year 2000. The Italian flag bearer team is in fact a tight international crew. including top national, German, French, and Spanish pros. Also on board for the challenge is Pierre Casiraghi, sailing enthusiast and the youngest son of Caroline of Monaco. All the updates from the ocean on the next Weekly News. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.